Welcome. Glad you came by. I'm Peter Alsop. This week's song to chew is Never Speak With Your Mouth Full. It seems like a fun little song, but we'll chew on it a bit and see how it can open the doors to some much deeper topics, like where do our rules actually come from? And how do these rules become laws? And how come some people can break a law and nothing much happens to them? No fair. So, here's our song to chew. Then we'll chat about rules, laws, and fairness. From my Uh-Oh album, Never Speak With Your Mouth Full.
You know, you should never speak with your mouth full.
But why not?
Because it's very rude, and that's the rule.
I know that rule. Never speak with your mouth full, never speak with your mouth full. Never speak with your mouth full, 'cause that is very rude. Never speak with your mouth full, never speak with your mouth full. Never speak with your mouth full, 'cause that is very rude. 'Cause no one will understand a word you say, and you may spray your friends in the way, and those you know don't want to see your food. Speaking with your mouth full is rude. Speaking with your mouth full is rude. So never speak with your mouth full, never speak with your mouth full, never speak with your mouth full, 'cause that is very rude. Never speak with your mouth full, never speak with your mouth full, never speak with your mouth full, 'cause that is very rude.
Peter, are you spitting on the other children?
No, I was singing. Maybe some spit got out accidentally.
Yeah, spit is rude, and we would never be rude, right, Peter?
Yeah, me and Bill would never be rude.
Okay, but no more accidental spitting.
Okay.
No more spitting. What do we do for fun?
Kids deal with grown-up rules all the time. We teach children rules so they'll learn to be socially responsible adults, people who care about other people. Lots of folks think all rules are equally important. I don't. I think rules should be guidelines, and then after we've tried them, if they seem useful and fair, we can keep them. Or if not, we can have a conversation about them and figure out how to make them more fair or useful. Rules get made into laws when people can agree on how to operate fairly with each other and maintain a healthy, balanced government and society. Usually, this happens after lots of people have thought about the rules and argued about what a particular rule might or might not do if it became a law. Some lawmakers feel that regular people get all emotional and don't remember what the rules are, so they make the laws very clear, hoping to keep all of us under control. They're afraid the world will go haywire without lots of laws, and that can happen sometimes, but usually what happens is that when someone tries to control our behavior without giving us some good reasons why, we get angry about that. So, rules and laws can help, but if we're considerate and polite with our kids, they grow up and treat others considerately and politely too. Adults who actually sing songs like this with their kids send the message, we can play and be silly and sing together, and we can still be caring and polite to each other at the same time. Of course, we make some mistakes sometimes, but I think that's a wiser, healthier message than follow the rules no matter what. I know lots of families who have rules about not talking with our mouth full of food, and there might be a couple of old blue laws in some states about how we're supposed to be polite, especially on Sundays, and how we shouldn't drool or spit in public places. But I don't think many of those old laws have been used in years. In most places, you probably wouldn't ever get arrested, but you ought to be careful if you want to try any of that stuff, because it will definitely upset some people around you. And that brings up a question about one of my mom's rules. She used to tell us kids MYOB all the time. MYOB means mind your own business. Mom thought, if something doesn't concern you directly, stay out of it. As a little kid, I remember saying no fair a lot because when we're little, we aren't treated fairly. We have to go to bed earlier than our older brothers and sisters. We're not old enough to go where they can go. And then as I got older, I noticed things that were not fair for other people too, not just me. And still today, things aren't fair for little kids or girls or women or millions of people who feel oppressed. I think we ought to speak up and intervene when stuff's not fair for everyone. It's obvious that we need to make some changes to have a healthier, more fair world. Some of us have privileges that others don't have. And because those privileges exist for me, I think that I have some responsibility to help other people get access to those same privileges and human rights that I have. When everyone has the same privileges, then they're not really privileges anymore, are they? They're kind of human rights, like getting a fair trial. If everyone gets a fair trial, then it's not a privilege. It's a human right. So let's go back and look at the rule that says we should never speak with our mouth full. I think chewing with our mouth full is a human right. It's not against any laws, and it's fair, because anyone who wants to can do it. It's not against the law to be rude. It's just very inconsiderate of other people. The people sitting around me probably do not want to see what's going on inside my mouth. So I made this song up to make fun of rules that don't let us have fun with our food or with our friends who don't mind if we talk with a mouthful. I know if my mom heard me sing this song, she would say that I'm not minding my own business. But I'd say, Mom, it is my business because it's no fair for someone else to make up rules just because they don't like something. It doesn't hurt anyone if no one's around, and it's not a law because everyone didn't agree on it. But she'd be right about being inconsiderate. Lots of other people don't think talking with your mouth full is fun or funny. She wouldn't think it's funny, but I do. Sometimes it's just very hard to know when to speak up about things that are no fair, because life can be very complicated. When should we speak up, and when should we MYOB? Like in the case of abortions, should I MYOB or bring it up so we can talk about it and figure it out together? Something like that's a lot more important than chewing food with my mouth open, right? When I look around, there are lots of really nice religious people and men in political offices who aren't following the MYOB rules or guidelines. My mom would be really upset with them, don't you think? And she was a nice religious lady, too. Maybe they're speaking up because they think that having an abortion is no fair to the fetus inside the pregnant mom's womb. But if you think about it, it's really no fair to the mom who owns the body that has the fetus in it. I think that's definitely a case where all the moms should tell all the nice religious people and all the politicians, especially the men, to MYOB, mind your own business. And besides, we've seen throughout history that when leaders in a religion get to be in charge of a government, it creates lots of fighting about which laws should be on the books. The whole point of our U.S. Constitution is to have a government that makes laws according to what the people want. So people of all religions can live together and get along with each other, even if they don't agree all the time. When religious leaders get political power, they're not supposed to make laws that force others who believe in a different religion to do things that go against their beliefs. No fair. The most difficult part of mind your own business is knowing clearly what our own business is. When I feel like I need to speak up about something that's not okay with me, I need to do that in a way that will get through to another person, in a way that isn't going to make that other person feel like they're being attacked. What's the point of that? It's not going to resolve anything. So we really need to be careful about how we do that. And practicing that, well, that starts with me. I'm Peter Alsop. There's plenty to chew on for today. See you next time with another song to chew. Bye for now.